Another campus assault exposes Tamil Nadu women's safety crisis. This is going to be the year of the election. This is going to be a year when every government, whether they care or not, shall be judged about whether they can provide safety and security for the women in the state. Tamil Nadu seems to be doing rather badly. I'm not saying terribly, but rather badly. Let's find out. Even as Tamil Nadu recovers from horrors of the Anna University sexual assault case, where a 19-year-old student was sexually assaulted in campus, yet another disturbing incident has surfaced of sexual assault from Tamil Nadu. This time from a government college in Chennai. A 20-year-old woman has alleged sexual assault at the Government Arts and Science College in Nandanam, a very, very reputed college, ladies and gentlemen. The case has once again raised serious questions over women's safety on educational campuses site in the state. According to the police, the accused are Muthuselvam, Gunasekaran and Karthikeyan. Muthuselvam ran the college canteen for over 12 years. Gunasekaran worked as a cook at the canteen and Karthikeyan is an auto rickshaw driver. The assault reportedly took place inside the college canteen, at other locations on campus and later at a lodge as well. The woman filed a complaint at the one-stop center of the Social Welfare Department. A case has been registered under relevant sections of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. All three accused have been arrested and remanded to judicial custody. The survivor has received medical treatment and counseling. Police are saying that the investigation is ongoing. The incident has spiraled into a political slugfest in the state. BJP Tamil Nadu President, who was earlier the president, I beg your pardon, K. Annamalai, accused the DMK government of failing to protect women. He further said women are not safe under DMK rule. This comes days after Chief Minister Stalin claimed that Tamil Nadu is the safest state for women, dismissing Prime Minister Narendra Modi's criticism on women's safety during his visit to Chengalpet. From universities to government colleges, from classrooms to canteens, are educational spaces in Tamil Nadu truly safe for women? Is Tamil Nadu becoming unsafe for its women even in places which are meant for learning? Now that is the operational line or phrase. You go to a school, to a college, to a tuition center to learn. You are not safe there. What are parents to do of girl children? We have Brinda Adike, very well-known women's rights activist with us, and also Harikiran, who is a political analyst. Thank you so much, both of you. Let me first go to Harikaran. Harikaran, thank you so much for joining on the debate. Vanakkam to you. Harikaran.
Vanakkam, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure, Harikaran. What is going on, sir? Inside a canteen? And it's like pre-planned. It is very, I mean, I'm not police. I'm not from the law. It's clear, sir. I am a woman. I have been to college. The canteen man who was there 12 years, he run the canteen, and this is a very famous college in Nandanam. You know, the Government Arts College. Yes. He has run then 12 years. The cook who works there, cahoots. Then they call one more guy, Karthikeyan or whatever his name is, an auto rickshaw driver, to come. And she is raped at multiple locations. Tell me, Harikiran, what is going on in Tamil Nadu, particularly? I'm talking about Anna University case. Also the Coimbatore case which happened. Remember, the girl and the boy were speaking and several people came and sexually assaulted that girl. Everyone blamed, oh, what was she doing so late outside? Rubbish. Why are you not giving me safety? Your opening comment, sir.
Firstly, this incident, of course, is absolutely sad. Something that must never happen in any society. But here, my opening statement is that I'm here to talk, of course, as a political analyst and as a devout advocate. I'm not going to take any side of any party here, but most often when an incident happens, the political parties tend to, politicize this incident, be it like the stampede, the law and order crimes, whatever it is. That this is not how we have to deal with this kind of a situation. What is that we have to do to create a better society? That is the question that we have to be asking. And this can be done when, instead of like even using your word, the political slugfest that is happening, that is not what is going to help us in preventing such a situation. We have to create a better society.
To interject, sir,
across.
Sir, my apologies
Please,
to you. We have
please.
had cases where there was a loud hue and cry, whether it was Nirbhaya's case, whether it was
Yeah,
Priyadarshini Mattu's case, whether it was, the child, Hasini, in Tamil Nadu. Lots of this, there was a hue. You know why we need this? Today, I know that we live in the era of what is called gossip is gospel, but that has happened because there is no redressal.
exactly.
We know exactly what happened in the Anna University case. Whether they are connected to the ruling party, whether there was a photo, who's that, sir? Not interested. I want redressal. And that
Exactly.
redressal doesn't happen, Harikiran. First, tell me how do you enter a college without identity, sir? Brindadike, come in here, Brindadike. How do you enter?
Absolutely. How do you get entry into a college without having any form of ID card? Now, if it is a canteen person, then that person doesn't really have an ID. Probably they have some kind of a vendor agreement with the management. And so there is no ID as such. But everything said and done, there is supposed to be cameras across the institution, its premises, and whatever might be the boundary of that college. Two, how is it that they thought they could get away with it? Isn't it a college, a educational premise where you have students in and out around, going around all the time? But they have done this with this particular student, and like Sudha mentioned, at multiple locations. And all of this probably very well planned, because you can't simply randomly decide on a location, randomly say this is where I will go. They have planned all of it, which means the management also has to take accountability. It has to be held responsible. It must be questioned. Where is your safety and security for students? Here it is a female student, but is any student safe? Is a boy safe? Is a trans person safe? Is any student safe at all? Which means the management has to take responsibility. What is the kind of scrutiny you're doing? What is the due diligence you're doing for people with whom you are having these vendors? What is it that you're doing to ensure that the students in your responsibility are safe, they are
Harikiran,
secure?
yeah,
Parents
absolutely.
have sent them to you.
Yeah, we send our children to college to study, and why not? I've studied, my mother, I mean, generations have studied, and why should we not? Harikiran, what Brinda said and what brings me to the entire thing is, when Anna University happened, they said, oh, we are going, do you remember there were no cameras where that girl was assaulted by that Jnana Sekaran, that biryani vendor who used to come in and out and whatever. At that time, they all said, oh, we are going to put CCTV cameras all around educational premises and campuses so that students are safe. And Brinda is right. It's not just about girl students, also boy students, because her friend was also beaten very badly. I mean, it could be anybody.
Absolutely.
What have they done, sir? Look at this, sir. This is such a shame, sir. Harkiran.
No, I completely agree with every statement that's made by
All right.
Brenda, first of all. And secondly, we must bring into notice, I mean, this is a fact that the Tamil Nadu government did bring in stricter laws on stalking and sexual harassment right after the Anna University incident did happen. So, but where is the implementation? As you're saying, where is the ensuring that there are proper CCTV, proper vetting of anybody who's entering or by forming a vendor agreement with with the college? We have to ensure that there is an implementation of the stricter laws, of uh, the rules and regulations, to ensure that as women and men are protected in institutions where we as parents and as students are going to educate ourselves and be in an environment of growth, right? And how do we ensure that this, of course, not only happens in Tamil Nadu, it's a nationwide issue here. There's a nationwide issue wherein crimes are ballooning.
You're right. I
And
mean, you're
this
saying all the
ballooning
right
state of
things.
crimes have to be.
Saying all the right things, but I want to pinpoint. Home Department is with which with whom in Tamil Nadu, sir? Who takes care of home portfolio? It's Muka Stalin. It is with
Yes.
Stalin, and it's such a shame Because the man, we would say, I as the mother of a girl who goes to college, I would repose my faith in Muka Stalin that he is the home minister, he will take care of it. But where is the time? These are elections. And has any time women's safety been part of their manifesto? They will just say, yeah, women should be safe, do not come out of the house after you in the evening, etc. But it's never an agenda, and unless it happens like an agenda in a manifesto, these events will always double and triple, is what my saying. Brinda, let me bring you in here. Brinda, the thing is, you and I are women, we know when a man looks at us in an objectionable way. I have gone and complained, I have actually beaten up, but I am a different case. But the thing is that it is, look at the counseling. Suppose you are the professor, I should feel easy, comfortable to say, ma'am, Brinda ma'am, this guy looks at me in a very bad manner, his gaze is all wrong ma'am, just help me. Where are the counseling sessions in colleges? You think someone just picked me up and raped? Any guy who's groped me in my life, any guy who's touched me, he's watched me for many days and done this. But I have sought self-defense or I have sought counseling, but I don't think this poor girl would have had that also.
If you check, Sudha, most colleges do not have that kind of a counselor who is able to address this adult to adult or adult to another student. Often we also find that subject teachers and professors double up as counselors, and they may be trained, but that is a very sketchy training. Third point that we need to address over here is this whole prevention aspect that is going to bring in confidence to come and talk to us. Because in our country, and even in all the colleges and universities and schools, going to a counselor means there's something wrong with me. And that stigma, that taboo is never removed. That is not even addressed. So the colleges will always say, there's a counselor, but you can't go during class time. You have to go only during break time. How long is the break time that 5 students can go and meet with the counselor? So these are practical issues which colleges also don't address. But that said, again, where is the management extending that assurance? If you are in any kind of trouble, if you think and if you feel, because Posh is very clear, if I feel discomfort, if I feel humiliated or insulted, or I feel that fear, I can go and report. Who is set up and trained over there to receive my reporting? Do they sit and do another advice business with me over there?
Yeah.
Because that's what happens. And then I'm looked at to say, okay, you don't go there, don't wear this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Be with friends. We have not addressed the issue.
Yeah. And also now there is of course there are people, and I'm not saying most of them are wrong, but they will say, oh, she's misusing Posh for her own kind of, problems, etc., rubbish. I don't care about them. Harkaran, I want to ask you, what is the way out, sir? It happens all over. I'm not cherry picking, but this is a Chennai story, sir, and therefore
Yes.
I'm picking on it, and it happens in Uttar Pradesh.
Very much.
Everywhere.
But this
Very
is
much.
Tamil Nadu.
Talking about your
We
point
say,
earlier where
you
you
say
had brought about
Taikulam,
our-
they say mother, Taikulam, Devam, Amma. I mean, there are special,
I'm just going to
honorifics
quickly
given to me.
point out at the NCRB data, it says a 15% decline in crimes against women in urban centers in Chennai, in Coimbatore and all of that. In that way, if you see, Tamil Nadu is one of the safest states for women in this country, which is, I know, a grim reality also, because, what are we comparing here? So that is also something we have to keep in mind. But and also your earlier comment about our Honorable Chief Minister and what he is doing. The DMK, I mean, just going by facts, has always had the women's safety in their manifesto and in their policies. And like I
Right.
also mentioned, the Anna University
Yeah.
incident had brought about a stricter policy change immediately right after. But as Ms. Brinda had also pointed out, where is the implementation at the college level? Where is the management coming in? And how are we trying to mitigate that stigma at going to counseling, and how we, I mean, we must actually say that, the younger generations are becoming better at talking about mental health and other issues more openly than it was in the past. But are we giving them that space, safe space
Right.
to express? Are we giving
Yeah.
them that opportunity to express? Are we ensuring that they are safe? Many a times what is happening is, like, again, as Vrinda mentioned, they don't want to come out because they are scared that, okay, what will happen to me,
But
is
you
that,
have to
what is
make
the
it safe
power?
for them. We have to make it safe for them.
We
We are
have to make
failing
it
as
safe. We
society,
have to
no?
make it safe for them as a society coming together. Like, unfortunately, humans are extremely flawed and, non-empathetic. Most people
Harikiran,
are. How are we bringing
yeah,
in?
right.
We
I
need
How
to
we
agree with
answer
you.
how
from the
we,
state point of view. The
Yes.
state.
yes, from the
Let's
state,
not go
from
on the human
the
emotions.
state.
Yes.
Yes, of course, I agree with that. But when from the state is trying to bring in policies, and but
Not enough.
and
Not enough, sir. And also,
where is
Harikiran,
the implementation?
sir,
Definitely, I
it's
will say,
not,
as an
let me
independent
tell
person,
you,
where is the
Harikiran,
implementation is the big
there is
problem.
no implementation. You are also saying big problem. Have you heard some of the DMK leaders speaking about women, sir? I'm sure you have. Do you live in Chennai?
Yes, I very much live in Chennai. I am a proud Chennite, and that's the, and Chennai being one of the top 10 safest cities in the country, also
Very
by
good.
national
I
data.
also think, I belong to Tamil Nadu, although I don't live there. I'm proud of Assam, I'm proud of everything, but I don't wear it on my sleeve like I'm a proud Chennaiite. No, sir, I'm an Indian first. Anyway, having said that,
I,
Harikiran sir, I want to tell you the kind of comments some of those Ponmudi, remember, sexual innuendos, okay? Several leaders, I can go on and on, they think it's funny. They have made sexual innuendo kind of remarks even against someone like Khushbu, who's an actor turned politician. They do it regularly. They think it's funny. They think it is something which will get them applause. And you know what happens? Society usually mirrors these kind of rogue leaders. Mr. Stalin, you said our honorable chief minister, honorable and all is very well, but the honorable chief minister is unable to curb that. If I have a home full of misogynistic men, my daughter is not safe. Brindadige, come in here.
You're absolutely right.
Yes.
Because misogyny and sexism must be addressed immediately and called out. Now, we haven't seen political leaders call out these kind of things done by their party members. And if they are not called out, there is an assumption and a presumption that it's okay. It can be pushed to the sidelines, pushed under the carpet. And that is why we want more and more to be talking. The leaders must talk about it. The leaders must say, this is my professional way to speak. This is my ethical behavior. I do not accept this kind of language from anybody who's part of my party, who's part of my team. And that is what the leader has to call out. We cannot say, oh, he's a senior person, he made us
No.
a passing remark. Those excuses, we shouldn't be apologetic to
Right.
people who are disrespectful and have derogatory behavior and language.
Also, Harikiran, there is a big, lovely umbilical cord kind of relationship between people of Tamil Nadu and cinema. I
Yes.
can go on and on. Radha
Yeah.
Ravi, Bailwan Ranganathan, these are all stars who talk about women in the most disparaging way almost every month, if not week.
They must be, any such comments, of course, must be called out as soon as they are made. And we have to ensure that, the top brass, of course, has to take efforts to make sure that this cannot be repeated and is not a policy at all. But, this cannot be, if you see any state, that's any state here, right? It's always the ruling parties being blamed for whatever's happening, and the opposition is coming in and doing the blame game. But what I'm trying to tell you is that we have to all come together as from both sides of the aisle to bring in a solution to this. Yes, to bring in a solution to this situation, because I completely agree with you. An implementation of the policies that already exist. We as a country are a very overly legislated country, right? We have the laws, we have the rules, we have
We also have
necessary,
politicians, sir. Sorry.
Yes, we also have politicians who both make sure that these, I mean, they are the ones who are bringing in these policies also. So we have to see that angle as well.
I don't
But we
believe
also
this.
have to hold them
You
responsible
have to
and
be
accountable
seen
for
to be
situations like
justice.
this.
You have to be seen
Justice
to
has
be
to
doing
seem to be
justice.
done, of course.
It's not done. Brindarige.
Absolutely. I do not disagree that it is everybody's responsibility, from the family to the school to the college to everybody else. But here we are talking about the legislations where the state has the authority and the mandate to execute and to step up. So the state is responsible. The state is accountable to its citizens, especially to its women citizens. Not only are they voter citizens, we are also
Absolutely.
taxpayers. And that means
Absolutely.
it is a responsibility of the state to step up and say, all of this is working and some of it is not. And we still have to cover those gaps and the lacunae. So, what more can we do? Monitoring. Where is the monitoring from the state? Inspections. Where are those inspections? Because promises were made even during the Coimbatore case that we will do this and we will do that. But who is
No,
monitoring,
everyone,
inspecting, and pulling them up?
Everyone forgets, you're right, Brinda. I mean, one thing done, and I want to ask Harikiran this. Tell me something.
Yes.
On every index, Tamil Nadu is right on top. Development, primary health,
Yes.
primary education, industrial kind of development, everywhere. I mean, look at its GDP. I mean, I've done many stories. Then why is this there? You know why? Because it's culturally embedded in Tamil people. I know I'm going to get a
No.
lot of brickbats. I will. I'm a Tamil woman. I will stick my neck out. This kind of Tamil cinema actors talking like this, these DMK rogue leaders talking like that about women, talking about their character, trying to build that only this type of a woman is very good. The Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam said, we don't believe in gender inequality. Look at them. Except for Kanimuri Karunanidhi, very efficient, all there. How many ministers do they have, sir? There is some fault with the cultural thing of Tamil Nadu. It has to be remedied, and only the state can do it.
Blanketly stating that the Tamil culture is at fault, I don't think I will agree with that, because
It's
we
all right.
are, one of the most friendly, most welcoming,
Disprove me.
most progressive states in this
I
country. I
know.
mean, as you said, it's there on all, on,
Then
on
why
we are on
not
top of
here?
all kind of lists. That is the aim. Now, the government has to work towards making this women priority and bringing Tamil Nadu as number one in that state, in that sphere as well. But and we have the Tamil Nadu government has done a lot in terms of like having hostels, 24/7 call centers, women police stations, one-stop centers. So many things are being done, but this making it a blanket statement that it's a Tamil Nadu culture thing is something that I do not
Well,
agree
you may
with at
not
all.
agree with me. I think there has
Yes.
to be the fear of law that if I move even 1 inch this way, that's it. I shall be charged. There has to be a fear, the fear of God, because that girl who's had allegedly multiple, violations on her body, it's not going to be easy. It's very easy for all of us to speak here and say thank you to each other. It's that body, and more than the body, it's the soul which has been violated and hurt forever. So let's ask ourselves, the Tamil Nadu is a great state. I'm proud to be a Tamil. But the point is, what is it that makes someone to enter an educational institution and sexually exploit a woman there?